Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is one of the biggest games of 2024. With the demo now available, you can now get a good idea of how the game will be. Is it a good game? Does it run and perform well? What's the FPS? How good are the graphics? Is it gonna win Game of the Year? Let's talk about all that and more. The demo is almost 50 gigabytes, a sign of things to come. When the game does release in a few weeks, it's on 2 discs. The demo is actually releasing in 2 parts. The first part is out now. A bit later, we'll get some additional content to try out as well. There's about 30 to 45 minutes of gameplay here with the demo, and with that amount, it really does give you a good sample of how the final game will be. My first impressions are really, it's a good game. It's better than last year's Final Fantasy 16 in my opinion, and that game was a Game of the Year contender. So 7 Rebirth is for sure the front runner so far to win that award. I love the combat, the gameplay is deep and fun. It's a good pace. Visually, this is also a good looking game. There's 2 modes to choose from. Graphics mode that favors 4K resolution and targets 30 FPS. Then there's performance mode that prioritizes 60 FPS but at a lower resolution. Graphics mode is running fairly close to 4K while the performance mode likely maxes out at 1440p. The resolution is dynamic, so I did notice the game a little blurry in certain areas. It's likely dropping to closer to 1080p. Overall though, it's not too bad. Next, let's talk about the performance, the frame rate. The 30 FPS graphics mode is pretty much a solid 30. There are some rare drops to 29, but those are few and far apart. Performance mode targets 60 FPS and for the most part it stays close to 60. However, there's certain areas where the frame rate drops into the higher mid 50s. These drops though are hardly noticeable while playing, so I can safely say that this new game is optimized compared to last year's Final Fantasy 16. I remember seeing a lot more performance issues with last year's game. In Final Fantasy 16, graphics mode was dipping into the mid 20s and performance mode went as low as 40 FPS. That was really one of the complaints about last year's game. So this time around, I'm glad Square Enix clamped down on the performance and should be giving us a more polished and optimized experience. With 7 Rebirth, another difference to last year's game are how the cutscenes are. I mean, they're live action and they follow the frame rate of whatever you pick in the settings. So in graphics mode, all the cutscenes are 30 FPS. In performance mode, the cutscenes are 60 FPS. Now this is of course a demo. When the full and complete game comes out, there might be certain parts of the game that perform worse than what I saw here. This part of the demo also had the group size limited to 2 players. When you have a full team of 3, things might get a bit interesting. Anyways, I like what I see so far and I'll be sure spending a lot of hours playing this game when it comes out. For the rest of the video, check out some more gameplay of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. All the footage you're gonna see is a side-by-side comparison between graphics mode and the 60 FPS performance mode with that FPS counter shown.
You guys.
Trips. I think you mean business trips, which are no fun at all.
Though you do learn stuff on them.
That's so cool. Everything okay? Not going too fast for you, am I?
Of course not. We're just trying to pace ourselves is all.
But I thought you guys were in a hurry.
Even so, you'll burn yourself out running like that.
I'm not even close to burned out. Not with all the training I've had.
Guess you really are the best there is.
Seen those near the village, and they're not nice. What do you think?
I think I got this.
Then they're all yours.
Copy that. Let's finish this. Bye. Let's finish this. See ya. You're done. Gotta say, that one felt pretty good. Is that Mako? Whoa.
Come on, soldier. You can do better than that, can't you?
Just you watch. You're done.